Parrots, also known as citizens, are birds of the roughly 398 species in 92 genera comprising the order Psittaciformes, found mostly in tropical and subtropical regions. The order is subdivided into three superfamilies: the Psittacoidea, true parrots, the Cacatoidea, cockatoos, and the Strigopoidea, New Zealand parrots. 1/3 of all parrot species are threatened by extinction, with higher aggregate extinction risk (IUCN Red List Index) than any other comparable bird group. Parrots have a generally pantropical distribution, with several species inhabiting temperate regions in the southern hemisphere, as well. The greatest diversity of parrots is in South America and Australasia. Characteristic features of parrots include a strong, curved bill, an upright stance, strong legs, and clawed zygodactyl feet. Many parrots are vividly colored, and some are multicolored. Most parrots exhibit little or no sexual dimorphism in the visual spectrum. They form the most variably sized bird order in terms of length. The most important components of most parrots' diets are seeds, nuts, fruit, buds, and other plant material. A few species sometimes eat animals and carrion, while the lories and lorikeets are specialized for feeding on floral nectar and soft fruits. Almost all parrots nest in tree hollows, or nest boxes in captivity, and lay white eggs from which hatch altricial, helpless young. Parrots, along with ravens, crows, jays, and magpies, are among the most intelligent birds, and the ability of some species to imitate human speech enhances their popularity as pets. Trapping wild parrots for the pet trade, as well as hunting, habitat loss, and competition from invasive species, has diminished wild populations, with parrots being subjected to more exploitation than any other group of birds. As of 2021, about 50 million parrots, half of all parrots, live in captivity, with the vast majority of these living as pets in people's homes. Measures taken to conserve the habitats of some high-profile charismatic species have also protected many of the less charismatic species living in the same ecosystems. Parrots are the only creatures that display true trapedalism, using their necks and beaks as limbs with propulsive forces equal to or greater than those forces generated by the forelimbs of primates when climbing vertical surfaces. They can travel with cyclical trapedal gaits when climbing. Parrots may not make good pets for most people because of their natural wild instincts such as screaming and chewing. Although parrots can be very affectionate and cute when immature, they often become aggressive when mature, partly due to mishandling and poor training, and may bite, causing serious injury. For this reason, parrot rescue groups estimate that most parrots are surrendered and rehomed through at least 5 homes before reaching their permanent destinations or before dying prematurely from unintentional or intentional neglect and abuse. The parrot's ability to mimic human words and their bright colors and beauty prompt impulse buying from unsuspecting consumers. The domesticated budgerigar, a small parrot, is the most popular of all pet bird species. In 1992, the newspaper USA Today published that 11 million pet birds were in the United States alone, many of them parrots. Europeans kept birds matching the description of the rose-ringed parakeet, are called the ring-necked parrot, documented particularly in a 1st century account by Pliny the Elder. As they have been prized for thousands of years for their beauty and ability to talk, they have also often been misunderstood. For example, author Wolfgang de Graal says in his 1987 book The Gray Parrot that some importers had parrots drink only coffee while they were shipped by boat, believing that pure water was detrimental and that their actions would increase survival rates during shipping. Nowadays, it is commonly accepted that the caffeine in coffee is toxic to birds. Pet parrots may be kept in a cage or aviary, though generally, tame parrots should be allowed out regularly on a stand or gym. Depending on locality, parrots may be either wild-caught or be captive-bred, though in most areas without native parrots, pet parrots are captive-bred. Parrot species that are commonly kept as pets include conures, macaws, Amazon parrots, cockatoos, greys, lovebirds, cockatiels, budgerigars, kikes, parakeets, and eclectus, pionus, and poicephalus species. Temperaments and personalities vary even within a species, just as with dog breeds. Gray parrots are thought to be excellent talkers, but not all gray parrots want to talk, though they have the capability to do so. Noise level, talking ability, cuddliness with people, and care needs can sometimes depend on how the bird is cared for and the attention he/she regularly receives. Parrots invariably require an enormous amount of attention, care, and intellectual stimulation to thrive, akin to that required by a 3-year-old child, which many people find themselves unable to provide in the long term. Parrots that are bred for pets may be hand-fed or otherwise accustomed to interacting with people from a young age to help ensure they become tame and trusting. However, even when hand-fed, parrots revert to biting and aggression during hormonal surges and if mishandled or neglected. Parrots are not low-maintenance pets. They require feeding, grooming, veterinary care, training, environmental enrichment through the provision of toys, exercise, and social interaction with other parrots or humans for good health. Some large parrot species, including large cockatoos, Amazons, and macaws, have very long lifespans, with 80 years being reported, and record ages of over 100. Small parrots, such as lovebirds, hanging parrots, and budgies, have shorter lifespans up to 15 to 20 years. Some parrot species can be quite loud, and many of the larger parrots can be destructive and require a very large cage, and a regular supply of new toys, branches, or other items to chew up. The intelligence of parrots means they are quick to learn tricks and other behaviors, both good and bad, that get them what they want, such as attention or treats. The popularity, longevity, and intelligence of many of the larger kinds of pet parrots and their wild traits such as screaming, has led to many birds needing to be rehomed during the course of their long lifespans. A common problem is that large parrots that are cuddly and gentle as juveniles mature into intelligent, complex, often demanding adults who can outlive their owners, and can also become aggressive or even dangerous. Due to an increasing number of homeless parrots, they are being euthanized like dogs and cats, and parrot adoption centers and sanctuaries are becoming more common. Parrots do not often do well in captivity, causing some parrots to go insane and develop repetitive behaviors, such as swaying and screaming, or they become riddled with intense fear. Feather destruction and self-mutilation, although not commonly seen in the wild, occur frequently in captivity. Parrots have featured in human writings, story, art, humor, religion, and music for thousands of years, such as Aesop's fable, The Parrot and the Cat, the Masnavi by Rumi of Persia in 1250, The Merchant and the Parrot. Recent books about parrots in human culture include parrot culture. In ancient times and current, parrot feathers have been used in ceremonies and for decoration. They also have a long history as pets, stretching back thousands of years, and were often kept as a symbol of royalty or wealth. In Polynesian legend as current in the Marquesas Islands, the hero Laka aka is mentioned as having undertaken a long and dangerous voyage to Aotona in what are now the Cook Islands, to obtain the highly prized feathers of a red parrot as gifts for his son and daughter. On the voyage, 100 of his 140 rowers died of hunger on their way, but the survivors reached Aotona and captured enough parrots to fill 140 bags with their feathers. Parrots have also been considered sacred. The Mochi people of ancient Peru worshipped birds and often depicted parrots in their art. Parrots are popular in Buddhist scripture and many writings about them exist. For example, Amitabha once changed himself into a parrot to aid in converting people. Another old story tells how after a forest caught fire, the parrot was so concerned, it carried water to try to put out the flames. The ruler of heaven was so moved upon seeing the parrot's act, he sent rain to put out the fire. In Chinese Buddhist iconography, a parrot is sometimes depicted hovering on the upper right side guan yin clasping a pearl or prayer beads in its beak. Parrots are used as symbols of nations and nationalism. A parrot is found on the flag of Dominica and 2 parrots on their coat of arms. The St. Vincent parrot is the national bird of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, a Caribbean nation. Sayings about parrots color the modern English language. The verb, parrot, in the dictionary means, to repeat by rote. Also clichés such as the British expression, sick as a parrot, are given. Although this refers to extreme disappointment rather than illness, it may originate from the disease of psittacosis, which can be passed to humans. The first occurrence of a related expression is in Aphra Behn's 1681 play The False Count. Fans of Jimmy Buffett are known as parrotheads. Parrots feature in many media. Magazines are devoted to parrots as pets, and to the conservation of parrots. Fictional media include Monty Python's Dead Parrot Sketch, Home Alone 3 and Rio, and documentaries include The Wild Parrots of Telegraph Hill. Every year on the 31st of May, World Parrot Day is celebrated.